Yeah, I met Victor today. He's like the guy behind Breaking Mass. And I think it's really like, it's a shame that it's done, but it's not an excuse that you don't do something or that there wasn't something, because there are like things easy you can do, like an easy podcast. You know, you can go on any website online and you say like your 1 minute, just 1 minute, and say what was discussed today. Put it on Facebook, send it around, put it in university group, and sharing is caring wherever, in all the groups where it matters, because it was an important topic when you think to it. So people will like it, share it around. If something current, people will spread it. That's I'm really sure about. And Breaking Mass, I think we should definitely use this technology. Like, don't talk about it, use it. And when I get elected, I will definitely use it from the first day.
Okay. Any of the other parties?
Concerning the Breaking Mass initiative, basically it's like every other show. If it doesn't have the viewers, then there's a problem. But if it does if it has the views, then it's worth airing.
You had 3 episodes and then you stopped it, and from my point of view...
We didn't stop it.
No, but how can you just decide after such a short time? And I think from the personal experience I made...
Yeah, so how can you stop it after so
do you want to change it? That's it.
Yeah. So do you want to reinstate it?
Personally, I haven't seen them yet, so it's quite difficult to... Sorry. It's quite difficult to make a value judgment on the basis of that, but if I like it and if students generally like it, then it's worth picking up.
I'm going to, and then
could I answer very shortly? Could I answer for my colleague on the right? I just want to advise that I do not speak about the things that I haven't seen, haven't noticed, and I would really congratulate Novum for the initiative to support Breaking Mass in the council. That was a great job.
Okay. A question on that mic? Yes. And then I see someone over there. Well, green and then blue, the alternating colors. Yes.
Basically, I wanted to ask on a related issue. It's not only about asking students what they want, but also I think a part that also I'm Novum, I think you can see that. I think it's a part that I consider as at least as important, is also involving students more in the process and letting them more work together on the items. And in that sense, and I think it maybe goes a bit more to dope, I was a bit disappointed to see over the last year that the biggest student-driven project, which was the International Classroom project, that had a lot of funding by the university and where students had a lot of responsibility and power that they could use, was basically dropped and heavily criticized by DOPE, only because it's maybe not working as efficiently as a top-down decision. However, I think it's really important, especially for such a visionary or rather mindset-changing activity, to start that with everybody from the ground. And I thought I was asking basically if that's going to be your also your attitude in the future, that you rather want to work this from the council perspective and then implement it, or do the harder way and maybe involve students a bit more.
Surprisingly, I was prepared for this question. No, we were involved in the beginning at the International Classroom, and we were interested, seeing, what is a student initiative like the International Classroom going to do? We had our reservations because, as has been publicly known, our view on integration specifically and internationalization is different than yours. And when we were involved in the beginning of the International Classroom, what we saw mainly was a repeat of what has already been done at SBE with the report of Professor Wim Swan. And the implementations were already tried there and or even not tried, nothing was done at that point. So when we had to make a decision whether we wanted this student-driven initiative to support, whether we wanted to support that, we said, no, this is not something that we feel comes in line with our views. But that doesn't mean that we are against student-driven projects. But you have to look at the content of the student-driven project and not just the fact that it's student-driven.
And what was your alternative then to the International Classroom?
As we said in the beginning, our focus is more on setting the playing field on the internationalization and not on coming up with alternatives how to force integration on students.
Okay.
So what were the main problems with it, and why didn't you offer the solutions for it, that this project could not move further? Because it takes time, it takes money to start everything from new. So what were your solutions? You know, it's not that we did not break it down as with Mars, you know. What did you do that it would survive and it would move further? Because there will always be some issues in the student-driven projects, and there will be huge issues, especially if there's some bureaucratic problems and etc. So what did you do to solve it?
Let me be very clear. It's very difficult when the strategy of an international classroom, the direction that it's going, is completely contrasting to what your views are. So that would mean that I would have to change the complete content of a student-driven project. Now, I'm not that kind of bastard to say, well, your ideas, I'm going to prevent your ideas from coming. I'm looking at a distance at how it's going, and I'm not going to lie in the way of a student initiative saying, well, it's not something that we don't want. It's just something that we don't see that we're actively involved in simply because we share a different opinion.
So all in all, it was the ideological reason that you blocked this initiative.
We didn't block anything. Don't twist words when that's not twisted.
You told that it was not to your opinion, and that's why you didn't help your partners in the university council to work it through. So that was ideological.
We didn't blockade anything. We didn't say that we didn't that we would run against the initiative. The only thing that we're saying is, based on an ideological point of view, point of value, we're saying we're giving the room to them to do that without...
Okay, thanks. That was the only thing that I wanted to know. Yes.
Yes, I've got a question for Simon, and I think it's really good what you're doing. You know, you're kind of like the Pirate Party, and you're listening to students, and I think it's also important. But I'm also a student, and for instance, I want a new sports facility, you know, I want a better Mensa. Hell, I would like to pay no tuition fees at twice as big of a room. If you have all these postcards coming in, and yeah, I get the feeling, you know, students, they also want a lot, but I get also its feeling of not taking responsibility. What would, for instance, be, because I've heard, you know, I want transparency, I want to hear more from students, but what would be 3 key points that you would want to achieve at the end of the year, not just listening to students?
Yeah. What do you want to achieve?
It's great too that you asked this question, because it's nice that you know that. And first of all, we have like our 4 points we're working on, and I think the first one is like the setting, it's like the basis. So first of all, we started now with this thing because we don't have the website yet. That's what we have to do then, as fast as we can if we get elected. The thing is, we want this website where you can, like, people can write on their ideas what they would like to have. But what's really important when they finish it, they can work on it like Wikipedia with other people together. They rate it, so it's like getting high or down. So you see like there are a lot of supporters behind. But you also have the function to like join or like follow it. So the really important thing is that like people have to join, because idea is great. You know, if I get an idea but nobody of you likes it, I would never bring it through. First of all. Yeah. Then the points I wanted to say, like the other 3 points are like free Dutch courses by Dutch students. We talked about before, and nobody really. Yeah, you said you liked it as well, and I think everyone likes it. Yeah,
we've worked on it.
Yeah. Okay. And then it's great. Then the second thing is that we want more transparency. So idea was that the university council sessions, which are like open, as I think somebody mentioned already, especially like large parts are open, they could be recorded easily by a webcam. You know, just put it in, stream it online, have a podcast afterwards, make like a commentary 1 minute, maybe also from each party if they're willing to do it, so to say what was going on.
We could use this maybe. The live.
It's maybe too expensive, so I would just use really like a cheap webcam, microphone in it. And then the last thing I get also like a lot of feedback by students for, and also especially from professors, I was really surprised about that. It's about faculty hours times. So there was a really great wish that we open our faculties longer. And that's like everyone's like, oh, it's expensive. So the idea was we take like safety students, assistants, which are trained. We train a student who can do it. I was talking with Paul, he's the CEO of security and safety in Maastricht University. And we talked about, and it's possible you can give a student easily a training, and then he can take care of 49 other students or any person in the building. So you give like some students, they say, you know, I have this activity in mind, or I want to study, you know, you go in this building, they have the training, they can take care of it.
Okay.
That's it. Thank you.
Yes, hi. Thank you first of all for the question beforehand, because it kind of addressed the issue that I wanted to raise up. So as you can see...
so you don't have to ask that question?
No, I still do have a kind of a short question. So as you can see, I'm from the Novum fraction, but nevertheless I still want to raise the issue of this U-matter fraction, so putting everything up on the internet and whatnot. I kind of do not see the difference that you propose to what has been conducted beforehand. For instance, these points were also raised by Rolf, for instance, that we try to go into the faculties or mix and mingle to the fullest in order to get a feeling what students want to hear and want to be raised. See raised in the faculty council sessions, or the constant updates via, I think it's also from DOPE, I must say, through Facebook, what has been done and or talked about in the U-Council sessions and or in the faculty council sessions.
Yeah, Simon, you're not new.
So what's the difference then?
What's the difference?
I think the difference, I haven't joined both of them, and there's a reason behind, because I really looked deep in them, or like see best I could, and I was talking with a lot of members of DOPE and Novum. And there was a reason I didn't sort of address it, because it isn't addressed in my eyes. So, you know, I think we could look around, maybe there are too many DOPE or Novum members now, but like General asked this question, have you ever heard about representation? What is it about? And what can you do? Not just once a year. Elections, okay, I think everyone was bothered maybe once a year. That's what we don't want to do. We want to ask you what to do, and we want to give you the chance. And I think like this online platform, because in the moment you just report what you do. Okay. But there's a big difference between you say what to do and what you want, and you bring topics in, and you say, okay, I want to help to do this, or like just, you know, it's going on.
Okay. You want to?
Yeah. In my vision, the problem is not that there's not the possibility for students to get involved in student politics. And there are many possibilities for students to get involved in the university council. There's a speakers quarter already at the university council, but the problem is that it's not used, not widely known. The problem is not that there are not possibilities, but we should advocate those possibilities more often. We should really give the students the possibility. The possibilities are there already, but give them, show them that the possibilities are there, inform them, try to get them involved. It's not the problem that we don't have the possibilities, we have them already. So that's not the problem in my opinion, but we should inform them more, tell them more about those possibilities, and we are actively doing that. And so in my vision, you're not new.
Well, with such a harsh conclusion, I'm going to give you a few words. You're not new. Yeah.
We are now 65 days, so
okay.
I think we're quite new. Yeah, that's the first thing I can say. On the other hand, I think it's not easy enough. You know, you don't have this platform. You have never thought about it. I think it's like something, it should be easy. You click it, you're concerned, you send it to your best friend. This is going on right now. Dislike it because it's bad. Easy.
I'm going to, because I hear in my ear that we have to leave the building, so I'm going to allow one more question.
Thanks very much. My question is regarding sustainability. I'm working for the Green Office of this university, and we're currently asking students and staff what their vision for sustainability for 2030 is. And I would like to know that from you, what your vision is, where this university should place itself, also in Europe, to be sustainable or not, and the influence on the region here. And actually, what are you doing now for that? What are your concrete projects now to achieve that?
Sustainability, 2030 vision, what are you doing now?
Well, we already have a cooperation with Oikos and the Green Office, so we're already working on a sustainable university, not only in an ecological way, but also in an economical way, because we see sustainability as something that's good for the environment, but also as being good for the economic. Because if you have less lights on, that saves money, so that leaves more money for education, in my vision. So we are working actively on that. A statement that I wouldn't say that we want to have it CO2 neutral in like 5 years, but we're working on that, and we're actively persuading a better and a more sustainable university.
Okay, Simon. Sustainability.
Yeah, it's great because, yeah, I'm on. I think the first thing we were looking for was a contact with the Green Office and now also Oikos. So it's really like close. I think hopefully we know each other really well, and we're talking with each other a lot. Because I had a big problem here. Got like a lot of input, was there's a difference now between the organizations and the people who implement stuff and the people like, you know, they decide on it. And that's a bit sad because like the people should really know about what's going on. They should be much closer. And so that was my point. I wanted to project. So we came together and we had two ideas in mind at this time. It was about recycling of whiteboard markers. The other idea was about recycling in general. And I think I was really impressed. You know, you told me in person, there's a lot to do, what you can improve. You can save a lot of money, like in IT, like the server, what is going on there. It's insane how much money is wasted. There's like recycling also you could easily do, just start with plastic and the general waste. You could also save money by that. So I'm really into favor of it because I think 2030, we are on it, you know? We are like in future.
Okay, good.
Okay, after such explicit explanation how we should recycle, I would say that, to my mind, the sustainability concept is a thing that we should add it to everything what we are doing. So it's general understanding, and whatever we do it with responsibility. I don't know whether I should answer the question about the Baltic campus in personal.
I hear in my ear.
I guess that to the question I will have to answer in personal, yes?
Yes.
Yes, all right.
Yes, thank you. Dope. A Vision 2030 on sustainability. What are you doing now?
Keep it short, seeing as time. Well, we're completely supportive of the vision document that you've presented. As has been noticed, it's not something that we have actively been addressing, but we think that the Green Office and Oikos are doing a very good job at what they're doing, and we will keep actively supporting your vision for 2030.
Well, okay, then you can join our committee for that, our working committee. I will invite you for that.
Okay, I would like to thank you all for being here and listening to this lively debate, but I would also like to have a big applause for Rolf, Simon, Arnoldus and Kevin. At the end of the look, friendship, good.
Always.
Great elections. I wish you great elections.